Love and Light Collective. Love and Light, eat me. Welcome. When you know I am, you cannot be deceived, boy. You know you felt it too. You belong to me, and now I don't want to. But before I leave, there's just one thing you'll do. Put it in the bag, 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 put it in the bag. Man, I'm trying not to, I'm trying to slow down on the Red Bulls, and I'm really missing one right now, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna get my second win here, though. It's early. Love and Light Collective, welcome in. Thank you for joining another live stream with your girl. Most call me Love. But my name is CYNETHA Jade, and you guys check the bio. Check the, I'm saying bio, description box below, right? AKA bio, apparently. For the links, it's all free, and you can enjoy some of your girls' artistry, right? In different ways. I have lots to share, so take a peek at that box, would you? Especially if you're coming on here for your free tarot reading and you don't know the rules. All right, everyone's kind of going to know if that's you. So don't be that one and go ahead and check the box, you guys. I really appreciate you hopping on. I hope you feel as amazing as you truly are. All right. And I hope you put on a smile. You deserve to do at least that much today or tonight or whenever, however this may find you. All right. Much love and light. So today, all right, let's say it together. I am confident. Today, I am confident. Today, I am who I am, and I am capable of doing anything that I put my mind to. Today, I am who I am, and I am capable of doing anything that I put my mind to. All right, so you guys, don't forget the affirmations, okay? You've got to really live this path intentionally, okay? Nothing just happens, you guys. There could be some significance to Leo chart placements here, okay? Whether on the part of you or someone you know and love, perhaps. Okay, we're not really talking love today, but just saying. And again, nothing just happens. I found this underneath the table with the Leo card. This little stack of, I think it's from the messages from the guides. No, wait, is it? It is. That's so crazy. This is the same deck that I intended to actually say. Leo's your fourth house, Evie. That's great. So, along with the message from this particular oracle, okay, aside from the card that I knew that we were going to speak on, there's apparently 5 more. Okay, it could be some significance to 5s. You only need one of those, really, guys, to experience literal life-changing, life transformation type of ish. Okay. And so, friendly reminder, kindness counts. Okay, you can't be all callous and prickly expecting to receive, you know, honey and kisses back, right? You got to lead by example. So maybe some of you are being asked currently, whether you are a Leo or not, to be the bigger person about something sometimes in certain environments, okay? And now that's not a call to people please. It's more a call to pick your own battles kind of thing. Just saying, yeah, learn from your mistakes kind of thing and let go of ego. Ego will try to tell you, oh, they're getting one on, you know, they're one-upping you. They're getting one over you. And it's like, even if that's what the other person really thinks, okay, you know the truth. You know the truth is that they can't get over on you. They can't get one up on you, as it were, unless and until you actually make an agreement with that potential, in spite of anyone else's intentions. Make sense? Okay? That's why we say about like emotions, we can
be in charge of them, though we must feel them, in certain aspects and forms and measures, perhaps. We get to really decide anymore what we're rocking in. And I'm mindful there's medical diagnoses, etc. I understand that, on a very personal basis. I mean, I've known and loved a lot of people with varying degrees of mental health, okay? And varying degrees of diagnoses. And I'm really not talking out my ass on that one. Like, that's literally the truth, okay? And I'm still here saying, all right, even aside from, maybe that being part of your truth, you can just the same be stubborn about the fact that you are in charge, right? You are in charge, because if you believe that you are in charge, then you are in charge way more than you're ever going to be not believing. Makes sense? Okay, somebody got to get this. If you're going to be stubborn, go on ahead, but do it faithfully, faith filled, not the other type of stuff where you're rocking with fear. Fear's a robber, baby. All right, some call fear by its other name, worry. Okay, at your root, you're fearing, and you might say feeling, okay, like, you're up against the world without any assistance, without any form of love. And if you should believe that as your forward frontal focus and truth, that's exactly how you're going to live. So, of course, going back to, the potentiality of some of you maybe having diagnoses, I'm not a doctor. I'm not re diagnosing you. All I'm saying is you have the right to claim your authority. You have the right to claim your health, okay, without having to wait to see all aspects of that firstly, right? And you're going to see it way faster if you do it that way than not at all. I can't say it any more plainly than that, all right? Yeah, possess self confidence, possess confidence in your own abilities about this, in your own ability to keep faith, right? In your own ability to handle the success you've been asking for and manifesting, right? All right. So, the ultimate message from the guides today is really talking about abundance. Abundance is your right, abundance is your birthright. Okay. The universe will give you anything that you desire, but it's not a one way street, it's a loop. The energy of abundance must flow. So as it comes to you, you must be willing to send it out. All you desire can be yours if you accept that this energy does not end with you. It is your right to be the receptacle of boundless love, happiness, health, and prosperity. Yes. But you must receive these gifts with the intention of keeping the flow of abundance alive. If your intention is to have abundance stop with you, then you're actually blocking the energy coming to you in the first place. If you fall into the mindset of limitation, you are saying to the universe that you are not worthy to receive. And nothing is further from that. Nothing is further from the truth, collective. You are so worthy. All right? You really are. This is your ego talking. This is why we say, listen, guys, we need ego, okay? Just to be clear. It does assist with the fight or flight if and when it should be needed. Keyword needed there, right? Okay. My heart goes out to those that are really trying to overcome aspects of PTSD, trauma and violations, I'll say it that way, that really, really have run the gambit on your central nervous system, okay? Uh, if you resonate with, just even the fingernail scrape of what I've just stated, I need you to know that this is probably going to be a try again type of situation, because you're walking around basically with a bunch of layers, perhaps even in the physicality, okay? Tracing back to trauma. And so, of course, ego goes, holy bleep, we gotta do whatever comes to mind, impulsively or not, all right, logically or not, to stay alive, to stay safe. And the whole time, okay, you guys, we can fall prey to the illusion in this, because the whole time we're feeling like, okay, if we're in that mode, we're in control. And that's not really all the way the case. You can really action out of that residual loop energy, right? Didn't they talk about a loop here? Wait, hold on one second, because I thought it said loop in here, and now I wonder what, why am I saying it's not a one-way street? Abundance is not a one-way street, it's a loop. So you're being asked to really get out of one loop and into another. And I know you can do this. You want to know how I know, you guys? Because we're either coming out of a storm or going into one. Par for the course of this life, all right? In the earth plane, it's school here, okay? This life is far more spiritual than you may realize, and the whole time, every aspect of every experience is to assist you with learning about your soul and growing your soul and understanding that you return unto source energy, the all in all, the divinity that backs you, as well as the divinity within. Therefore, there is no severability. Someone didn't want me to state that truth to you. You should take heed. Just saying. If you leave your ego unchecked, all right, you're going to live a life that looks like, sounds like, feels like, smells like you're not worthy. And that would be a sad falsity. That would be a horrific delusion to fall prey to, you guys. Please don't be that one, all right? You're too much to be that one. Even in the eyes of divinity, you're too much in a great way, not in the way that others tried to project onto you, for which you could become triggered, right? Take your power back in this. If people have called you too much, so what of it? You already are. You have been. But it was never anything negative. The people touting it as that being the case are, in fact, the negativity. You can be the beneficiary of any and all gifts if you accept the possibility, if you accept your worthiness to receive, if you accept you are strong enough to make the choice to believe in you, if you accept that you are strong enough to make the choice to believe in divinity, in the unseen forces that support you, that know you and love you, all right? Please align to this highest vibrational timeline afforded unto you now, collective. It's ready, are you? Love and light ambivalence. Welcome, babe. So I'm going to try to give indicators as far as whom all ever may high key resonate with this message. Please be mindful if you hear this out of the pile and nothing resonates, it's not necessarily an indicator that absolutely nothing will resonate in the message. Just saying, this is just me trying to afford you the amount of specificity that spirit will allow for me to afford you, if that makes sense. Okay. But you guys are big stuff. You're coming out as abundance is your right. I kind of want to set this to the side. And you are capable. There's something about this, yeah, self-confidence. Didn't we even had, possess self-confidence. Let go of ego. Look at that. That's crazy. Huh. It's almost giving a loop around type of message. There's some synchronicity to the loops. You know, when I hear or think about loops, aside from Fruit Loops, I often think of residual energy loops, right? For those that have ever watched the TV series Loki, and it's so funny because you guys, I'm wearing my jacket today. I don't know if you can see it all, but I made it. I got some stuff off of Etsy and worked this up many years ago. But there was a particular episode, and man, I have no idea how to find that actually, but Loki's, you know, in this situation where he gets the crap smacked out of him by one of his counterparts, I guess you would say. Yeah, you guys should watch Loki. I'm just saying, it's pretty eye-opening and assistive in certain ways. But then again, it's like if you don't know what they're showing you, you maybe don't catch it. So I digress. But anywho, and just over and 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 over again, Loki got the crap smacked out of him, slapped out of him, beat out of him in the same way over and over again, right? So it's like there's something about, you know what, that's not the good loop. Maybe try the fruity one, perhaps, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go to the Fruit Loops version because, you know, getting the crap smacked out of you, which hopefully that part's not resonating. Holy, yo, you better leave that. You're way, way more worthy of peace and actual safety. Like, if that's you, please get out of that situation. And that's somebody's something, which I hate to say that part, but please, if that's you, I mean, ask for help. Um, Even if you've got to, you know, go on a fast and ask for help for divinity to just basically drop out of the sky, do something. Don't just give up. Talk about this is my lot in life. I'm just here and this is what works. Because that's not working. Okay, whoever that's for. Golly. Let me check my situation here so I'm not missing out on nothing. Hold on. Could be some significance about messages coming in. Maybe you're waiting for a message coming in. Now, whoever I'm speaking to, this is a general collective message, you guys. And I'm just going to give this part and I'm going to ring the bell. So thanks for sticking out for like 2 more minutes here. Um, I could be speaking to someone in the collective who is a DJ or who just really loves music. But I'm really getting like outdoor festivals and ish, okay? But it's like you might be working them, even if not a DJ, right? And there could be some significance to this aesthetic as well. Could be some significance to the color green. So it's coming out on a lot of the cards. And this isn't even like one of those color themed decks, interestingly. Um, I could be speaking to an accountant. I could be speaking to a curator of sorts in a museum. A curator of whatever and whatever you curate. I could be speaking to a student. This could also be specifically a student of music. I could be speaking to a shaman, a priestess. I could be speaking to someone who is a practitioner. Um, Hoodoo comes to mind. Candle magic comes to mind. Okay. You could also be into herbs, or you could smoke herb. You could also be specifically an online gamer. You could actually get paid to play video games of sorts, right? Whether online or not. You and or the people that know and love you could call you the adventurer, the wanderer, right? You may like that quote, something to the effect of "all who wander are not lost," right? Yeah, chills on that. Somebody, maybe you've got that as a tattoo, perhaps, or an item in your home, or at the workplace indicate same. Okay. Somebody here could be thinking about buying a new car, or just did, or will be, and you have awareness of that. Either way, the ball is rolling towards this new car. I do see that coming in for you. But I also see that as being an indicator that you were connected to this message for the collective today. There could be some significance to tattooing, tattoo artists, working at a tattoo shop, just uh, having, you know, full body tattoo situation. I could be speaking to a house painter of sorts, specifically a house painter, so someone who would paint the interior or exterior. Um, could be a carpenter as well, or like a what do you call it? A contractor, yeah, but I feel like there was more to it. But a contractor could be a tarot reader. All right. This could be professionally. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. You could have some um, significant ties to Hecate. Um, Someone here could just really love music. You could specifically prefer vinyls to listen to. I could be speaking to someone from the collective who is entering into a contest, has recently entered into a contest, and or frequently enters into contests. These could be dance contests, but they don't have to be dance related. I'm just mindful to mention that as well. I could be speaking to a barista and or a bartender. I could be speaking to an investigator, a code enforcement officer. Um, I could be speaking to someone who does industrial cleaning. You could even do crime scene um, assists, like with cleanup. And what else? I could be speaking to someone who is a teacher, could be an art teacher, doesn't have to be the case. I could be speaking to an instructor on how to paint, okay, as well. But I'm also getting some significance to you are able and or are charged with gathering groups of people together for unity purposes. And so I know I make it sound all like, like whoa, 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 but I mean this could be like at multiple types of levels, not necessarily some sort of like, you know, world renowned type of situation, but it could be. Okay. TED Talks could also be something likened to that, where you could be like a public speaker of sorts. Okay, that's what's coming through. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are very goal oriented. You could actually make hard copy, like paper to-do lists, and like physically cross them off, not necessarily through your electronics. If I haven't said this already, could be a tax accountant. Okay, you could also be a data entry person, someone who works with computers, someone who works with itemizations. You could also be a medical biller, coder, or a life care planner, or a nurse, or some sort of nurse subspecialty. Okay, or their RN. Is there a PRN? PRN. I don't know why I'm hearing PRN. I could be speaking to someone who writes and performs their own music. Maybe you're getting ready to have vinyl pressed. That'd be pretty cool. Gosh, I love what the technology behind vinyl has become. You can make that out of a whole host of colors nowadays, right? And I've seen even like sparkles inside some of them. I'm not sure if the ones that I saw that were sparkly were actually functional or not, but man, they've done a lot with the ability to press those since day one. So serious. All right, so bell has rung. Okay, hopefully something in that pile resonated, because we got a pretty cool message. I think you should claim anyhow, regardless of whether or not some of those archetypes, or however you want to say it, may or may not resonate with you. Oh my goodness, eat me. Wow. You have a TED shirt? That's cool. Oh, you had a green helicopter in your dream. A green helicopter in the dream state could definitely mean abundance coming in. It's like as you kind of take control back of some of the aspects that, maybe you don't necessarily need to talk about, but, you know, uh, what all I could be referencing as far as where you, like in moon cycles past, either were and or felt out of control, right? Not on top, meaning on the other side of you kind of grabbing the reins and like believing in you, eat me, like yeah, like the abundance comes in, probably because you don't any longer associate yourself with, you know all all of those forces, I want to say. Oh, that's so crazy, you were spinning there. You love to spin, eat me. Oh, yeah, I would love to give a TED talk. I mean, I don't really know what all ever I could give one on, but I sure would try if given the opportunity. I would. I know there's probably a few things I could speak on, but was the helicopter in the air when you grabbed onto it, or you were just out? You were it was grounded. I'm supposed to be answering questions. I'm over here asking you questions. Oh, you were a professional. Hell yes, eat me. Claim that. You were. Wow. That makes sense as to why you should watch that movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, eat me, and really take and plug in the fact that like the dream state really is like just part and parcel, aside from some other instances where like medication could get involved or something, right? It really is part and parcel of whoever else you are, perhaps, or wherever else you go, and or whatever else you do. Makes sense. And we're always talking about in ascension, Eat Me and anyone else who can grab hold of this, that we're aligning with our highest version of ourselves in our highest version of the timeline afforded unto us, right? Sounds like that professional with the green helicopter, knows some stuff. Tap in, as you are aware of aspects of self. Eat Me is what I would say. Hey, what would that guy think? What would that guy eat? What would that guy do? What would that guy not do? Right? I don't know. I'm just getting Dumbledore could have been representative of your higher self. Because think about that. To know what you're good at is to highlight it, is to magnify it so that it becomes stronger and or known, so that you can either use it more or produce more, depending on what all aspects of giftings I may be generically and generally talking about. Hopefully that makes sense, Amy. That's really interesting. All right, so we don't have any questions. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, love light morning. So sorry, babe. Okay, let me see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Hold on, let me see. Because we got morning. Love and light Esmeralda. 100 grand rising, babe. Sorry I didn't see you sneak in the back. No, let me stop. But I'm caught up now, you guys. Love and light. All right, let's see. Morning. Okay, last company. Okay. Ooh. Well, 10 of Pentacles wanted to jump out with the 10 of Cups underneath that. Seems like you would like, or dare I say, love for that to happen. Let me just triple check because that came out so fast. I just want to be sure. And maybe, and the Emperor with the Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, no, that's a big fat ginormous yes. Okay, and in a happy and rich kind of way. Just saying. Gosh, all them cards were so quick to fly out for you here, morning. Love and light, babe. Feels good to just take a sigh of relief, huh? Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't skip over. Love and light, Sean. You got a question, babe? Or do you want to wait till I ring the bell next? Choice is yours. You guys, check out my song on Spotify, YouTube. All right, please and thank you. You're very welcome, morning. I appreciate you. Thank you for appreciating me. Oh, my nose is itching. I didn't even get to speak in the truth yet, did I? Did I? I want to make sure this is on. One second. Oh, it wasn't. All right. Okay, so I didn't hear from Sean. I'm just going to go into the message. Okay. You guys could be seeing 8s. And 8s speak of abundance, right? We're talking abundance today, left and right. Firstly, before we get into those 8s, we've got something to talk about. They say all things have intelligence, right, collective? Oh, eat me. We've got eclogite. Welcome, eclogite, you guys. It's a metamorphic type of rock we're going to talk about. It's also high-key representative today of your energy collective. Isn't that neat? We're all connected, okay? So, this is a mashup of garnet and clinopyroxene. All right. And usually... It's so funny. I went to the look-alike section of the card. There's like this little like informative box here at the top, right? And it says look-alike, none. Well, yep, that sounds like my collective members. Just saying, right? Of course you're standing out here. And garnet, you know, makes me think of the heart space, heart chakra. So you could actually be one to pour from it, but be mindful to receive through it the same. It's not just, you know, some sort of situation where, you know, it's you're pouring all that you have to give all the time and all the ways, right? No. And gone are those days. So please, we're in New Earth now. Remember that. Okay. But it's so funny, this character based off of the mineral here, eclogite. Its card states, I can take the pain and the strain. I never crack under pressure. I am the highest grade of metamorphics. Made from pink-red garnet crystals surrounded by greenish clinopyroxene, I am one of the rarest rocks. So now I'm kind of curious because I want to see, like, let me just pick up I want to see what actual image comes up for that. Okay. So this would be more what it looks like. Okay. The crazy thing is, I'm like, do I have a piece of that? Hold on 1 second. Interesting. All right. Let me stop. Because I'll go down the rabbit hole and be all like, oh, 3 days later. Okay. But this is basically, again, representative of you. So act like it, collective, right? You can take the pain and the strain, and you never will crack under pressure. Okay. You are the highest. Okay. You are the rarest. You are surrounded by divinity. You have a piece of that, Cassandra. That's so great. um, and you know what's interesting as well? It's impossible. Hold on, I'm going to turn this down so you guys don't get distracted. Or myself. It's a pretty good song if I do say so myself. But anyways. It's impossible to create me, the card states, okay, in the Earth's crust. The pressures at which I form are found only in the mantle. I'm made at subduction zones where tectonic plates spear down into the mantle. As the forces build on Earth's crust, it heats up, turning into me and becoming an impressive 10% more dense. This drags the crust deeper into Earth, so it's a mystery how I appear at the surface at all. One idea is that the force of the descending cold plate drives the circulation of hot liquid rocks within the mantle, which brings up a chunk or two of my alien material. So I said what I said. This card really is, or this character even, representative of you, collective. Okay, you are the highest, you are the baddest, you are the goodest, right? You are who you are and not who you are not. Okay, who you are not is the last. So remember, you are the first. Okay, who you are not is asked out, right? Like the divine backs you. You are supported. Okay, the fact that you're even here, all right, the fact that even this eclogite is even here, just the same, is almost foreign, right? Almost alien. Okay, so there's that. And with this 10% energy, 10% more dense. Okay, this is really talking about metamorphic changes. All right, no pun intended there. Metamorphic changes. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Metamorphic changes. You've gone through the fire. You've been purified. You know, you have gone through all aspects of initiation. A time or two, some of us. Okay. You are tried and tested, shown worthy, proven your worth. Okay. Even to divinity who wasn't even asking, right? Like it's like you overarched the whole aspect of ascension here, but I don't feel the energy of the collective really like honoring that or like owning up to it. If anything, it's kind of given they're questioning that. Is that the case? Am I the baddest? am I the goodest, right? Am I that I am, right? And it's like, you need to fix that with you, honey bun, so that the rest can kind of continue to be integrated and allow for your full fruition of your manifested harvest, okay, to come in. Um, it's interesting too because it takes such conflictive type of energy to assist to produce this outcome of the eclogite here. Okay, so of course you've been through all kinds of good, bad, and ugly. Okay, that was part for the course of you understanding exactly what all you wanted in this timeline. Okay, it wasn't really simply and solely about ancestors and assisting them with picking up the mantle, as it were, and taking the torch, as it were, and running. Okay, yeah, that's part of it. Okay, but the perks is really your existence here in spite of the mission, right? You can't be anywhere and always be about just one thing only, right? So for instance, if you came to Earth and you said, you know what, I'm going to be about my family only, perhaps you lead a pretty sheltered life. Perhaps you would be rearing those children at its root of fear, instilling fear, asking them to continue to fear and fear in the ways that you've chosen at that point to fear, right? Be mindful not to restrict yourselves. You can still have that wonderful family, right? You can maybe even have more children than already exist now, but still be about your mission here, okay? Of course, we've all got one, varying degrees, a whole host of differences. It's not a contest. We all have our part to play. We all are part and parcel of divinity, royal divinity to be exact. Okay, so again, not a contest, just saying. Okay, just different strokes for different folks. Okay, means that the divine has to implement differences within its strategy to actually reach everyone. Makes sense, so that those who are destined to be in some form or measure in their own utopia actually reach that. Okay, because again, the job about coming here wasn't just to be all about business always and in always, right? But I do see those who do have businesses, especially heart-centered businesses, okay, creative businesses, they are really next in line for some upgrades, some actual formality to them, and blessings, growth, expansion come to mind. Okay, as I look down and see the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, there's those eights. Okay, now, whoever I'm speaking to, you do have a whole host of goodness, grace, and mercy coming your way, especially referable to Pentacles and business. Okay. But there is a need to maintain balance of, like how far you're willing to bend or not, how far you're willing to overtask yourselves or not, right? And you got to be loving towards yourselves. How would you expect everyone else to kind of like really treat you the way you don't treat you? Think about that, right? Like you could treat them good all the live long day, but unless and until you treat you good, maybe they don't. The people you're pouring into, whether your kids or not, aren't really karmically able to actually reciprocate the energy that you give. Think about that. Might be because they'd have to love themselves a lot less while you were loving on them just the same to even it out, which isn't even, that's toxic. Make sense? Okay, so you really got to wrap your head around, like what are you meaning behind these actions, words, thoughts, right? Are you checked in or checked out? You should be checked in way more than you're checked out. And I get it. A lot of us have gone through trauma. We dissociate, we check out. Okay, try again. In those moments of you being present, make the presence of yourself being in yourself intentional. Don't shirk away from it, talking about where's the next band-aid, right? Go stretch an armpit or two, right? Feel that pain. Untrap that trauma, okay? I know I was stretching and crying it out earlier today because I mean shit, it hurts. And then also there's emotion there. I mean you gotta untrap it. Otherwise you're walking around what, crippled, probably, sick as fuck. Who would want that? Just saying. Okay, so keep going, keep believing, keep balancing, keep receiving your energy firstly, It's not a call to narcissism. You got to have some freaking sustenance. At this point, many of you don't have a lot of people around necessarily, especially, you know, that you maybe are in charge of, legally or not, okay, that really can even match the amount of work that you've done, let alone the amount of understanding you've gained, okay, especially from doing the work. All right. So, how in the bleep are they the candidate number one, candidate number 1.1, right? To be first in line to really soothe you, to really emotionally regulate you, to really compliment you, to really encourage you, when you've got you, and you know half the time you're pouring into people because you can, honey. I mean, it's not a contest, and we're not saying anybody's better than anybody, but there is power in wisdom, right? I mean, even in a parental child dynamic, I mean, there's power in the wisdom, right? Usually, I can't say every freaking time. I'd love to say every time, but I cannot, and I've seen too much to ever have my mind changed on that one. But I digress. In normal course, you'd like to think that the adult has the wisdom and is implementing it to assist the child to receive same. I'll say it that way, okay? Um, there's something to be had for experience coming through as well. Somebody here might be beating themselves up because through experience, they suffered loss. I need you to know that because you still have that experience under your belt, there is no loss. It's what you make of it. And you could be saying, yeah, but it was real money. Yeah, it was real property. And again, at the end of the day, it's something you could have never taken with you into the spirit realm. So what of it? We don't stay here. This isn't our home. Make sense? Even if you lost a home, I get that. It could be very triggering, very traumatizing. I'm not here to be unmindful of that, but I am here to encourage you to pick yourself up by your own bootstraps here, all right, and continue on. Because on my watch, you're not going to be stuck in a ditch somewhere. I'm just so serious. Okay? Now, um, there could be some significance to oh my god, yeah, no, that's true. All right, so wait, hold on one second. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Could be some significance to cotton candy. Doesn't have to be the case. Yeah, with this chariot energy, it's indicating you're ready to take the wheels. You're ready to, I keep saying this, take yourself up by the bootstraps, okay? As you do this, as you pour into you, as if you were your own wish fulfillment, I mean, you really would have to really rock with you, okay? Like literally, like choose you, okay? So that way you're building yourself up in the truth of the matter of how you're amazing, right? And so much so to the point where, you know, you'll vibrate that out. And then the one looking to come to you that should, ooh, keyword that should, right? Will be like right in your face. Just saying. That's the cheat code. Somebody better write that one down and repeat, okay? Um, I do see that there's options up ahead in life, perhaps in love and also in business. I do see again that expansion as long as you work on your self-confidence. Work on, you know, if you're lacking self-confidence, get to the root of why. Is it because you know, your looks, perhaps? If not, is it perhaps your lack of education or perceived lack of education, perhaps? Is it because, oh man, oh, I'm seeking somebody's, oh my goodness, oh, I wish I could wring it right off my face real quick. Hold on. Wow, hold on. I never even felt it like that before. Damn. What the? I thought a spider crawled out my nose and was crawling up it. That's how tingly it was. My goodness. Okay. Huh, what was I even saying? That is like too much, spirit. Like, calm down with it. So sorry. I don't even know what I was saying now. What the hell? Um, so there's going to be a lot of options afforded, and you're being asked to step into the self-confidence. I am capable. I am worthy. I am divinity. Abundance is my birthright, right? I possess self-confidence. Could be an I am affirmation or an affirmation, excuse me, right? I let go of ego, right? When ego tries to rear its ugly, dark-sided head, right? And that's not anything racist, to be clear, just talking about the energy, right? Because ego can also like really boost you up, right? Could, it could actually I mean, it is part and parcel of life-saving energy, right? So there's that. But the dark aspect, the darker side, really can be a bitter pill. Okay, it can be so quick to tell you lies like, you're all alone here, nobody cares. It could be, even specifying God don't care, God don't love you, there is no God, right? Like a whole time you're divinity. So because you exist, ta-da, there's divinity, right? We're all connected, so there's a lot of divinity there if you wanted to actually look around and see more besides you. So again, you're not alone. See how it works. So check that ego, all right? Learn from mistakes, right? Yeah, but mistakes are what? Choices. And choices aren't necessarily to be classified good versus bad, but they can always be traced back to high vibrations versus low vibrations. All right. And so, of course, the choices that produce low vibrations often produce after effects that were unintended, unwanted, horrific. Okay. So there's that. Okay. You don't have to take and add shame and stigma to something that just is. All right. But you can damn sure move on from it. It may take a level and measure of your imagination. All right. But you're being asked to use it. Give yourselves permission to dream, believe in unlimited possibilities. You want to believe in something, don't believe in lack, especially for you. You're too much. You're too divine. Makes sense? Don't shoot yourself in the foot. I'm so serious. Close out the cycle. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. Okay, so there could be some significance or some significant event between the last Libra full moon and now, and or there could be some significance to the moon cycles. For instance, if you are of a physical female meat suit variety, perhaps you realized there's some different synchronization between menses and the cycles of the moon. Freedom is yours, okay, along with that abundance and birthright energy. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. Now, somebody here, overcoming anger, I don't want to say anything else, right? Love and light, Luke. Um, you got this, okay? You got this as long as you believe. Now, you guys, if you don't believe, man, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Especially if we're talking about believing in you, man, like what you mean you don't? Like what you mean? How could you have people around you, believe in you, believing in you, and you're walking around not, right? You'd have to check that. And basically it's going back to that ego. Make sense? Same deal perhaps with anger, could be something egoically triggering. And so, you're being asked to kind of action out of that. Maybe you got people around you here, collective, that because you are overcoming that aspect of your, dark nature, perhaps, right? And that's not me saying you got to get rid of the dark side. Okay. You got to honor it for what it is, but keep it in balance, right? Keep it functioning and not to such degrees where it's overarching and you can't make any friends no more and you hate yourselves, right? Like you can't, everything in balance, everything in moderation kind of thing. Just saying. So same deal with anger. Okay, there could be some significance to deer, could be a spirit totem animal of yours. I don't know why it just came through the channeling. I'm trying to talk about anger here, and I'm not looking at a deer. This is a horse, and or a unicorn, depending on how long you take a look at it. I missed it. I should have known it's from the uni deck. My bad. I'm calling it a horse. Maybe that would anger some of you, being called as something that you are not. Okay. And if that's the case, you really got to know people are just trying it. All right. They're just trying to entertain themselves with your pain. So now that you know better, you got to live better, babe. Can't be so quick to be subjected to other people's whims for you, right? Even the fiery, passionate ones. How about it, right? If they are not able to respect your time, respect your boundaries, they're not able to respect your body. Make sense? Okay. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred, right? Even scripturally, anger is noted to be holy. All right. There is holy anger. Just the same as there was holy war, right? You're being asked to utilize your strength here, collective. Challenges make you stronger. You will get through the other side or whatever all you're looking for. But don't forget to look for the gifts in the situation, right? The lesson is the blessing, okay? And it is what you make of it. So, like, you don't want to be like, I don't know why my guides are showing me like this scene of like a carnival, and this kid like was happy that he won a prize, but what he sees what the prize is, very unhappy because wanted like bigger prize, right? And so this could be coming through because, you know, maybe you got to take your eyes off of somebody else's lane here and put them back in yours, right? Comparison is what? The thief of joy, right? Comparison will also get you confused as to what you're supposed to be doing. If you're so caught up in what other people are doing, you start embodying what other people are doing, and you start neglecting what you came to do. Makes sense? So you'd have to check that. You know, you're being called to hermit it out a bit so you can study. You know, if that does resonate with you, referable to needing some more self-confidence because basically needing some more education, please study to show yourselves approved. And this doesn't have to be coursework in a learning institution necessarily. Whatever, what all ever the information is. Okay, makes sense. All right. I do see as you advance in this, you getting reciprocity in business, okay, as well as in general course. And that makes sense because really your outer world is a reflection of what's going on in the within. All right. You got arguments to the left and to the right of you. Well, what are you conflicted about, rolling in? You know, what conflict are you conflicted about that's really in that internal loop? All right. Such to the point where, you know, you're like, man, it's been like a decade and I can't remember when, you know, I didn't have someone in my midst arguing, whether it was with you or not. Take notes, okay? What are you seeing as a theme in your life, okay? And yes, it could be connected back to some other aspects, right? You've got evil eye, you've got black magic and things, right? But in general overarching energetic course here, it really goes back to what you are doing in your within, and that's why we go, guys, check in, please. You even got a card out here referable to your divine flow. All right, you want this? Yes, you do. Okay. You got to go deep. Deepening is really one of the first cards coming out of here from the Divine Abundance deck for you. Okay. And you guys, you have to continue to learn. If you think that you've learned everything, you're in a very dangerous thought zone. Okay. You're in a very dangerous egoic zone, even dare I say. Please don't be that one. We're here to learn. Okay, we're not here to stop learning. Okay? And that's okay, because you wouldn't be the only one. Just saying, right? Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. And so, you know, really working the steps here, working the program, you're going to find yourselves on the other side of making more money, a lot less materialistic. Isn't that funny? Maybe you know, you needed to do the work in order to get your hands on that kind of money or access that kind of money, so you wouldn't turn around and give it to someone else for their businesses, for their tawdry deeds, perhaps, right? The list could go on and on after that one, but just saying, okay, you're here with this birthright energy, abundant as ever, to live the life of ease, not struggle, strife, not fight or flight. That's old paradigm, right? We're in new earth energy, and it's conscious, and you're co-creating the experience with source energy, life force energy, universe energy. Makes sense? Okay. It's easy for me to receive. Say it with me, collective. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Say it 3 times. Maybe you utilize that 369 Nicholas Tesla method with that. Maybe write it out. It's easy. You know, if you know that you just cannot freaking help yourself but to overgive, you really got to nip that in the bud, babe. Because where you're going, that's a prerequisite. You'd have to do that to get, you see what I'm saying? It's really important, okay? Just saying. All right. Yep. Surrender. Surrender to the path. Surrender to what all ever is being asked of you individually, all right, by divinity. Makes sense. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the universe. Oh wait, hold on a second. The ego learns that what's hardest is to stop trying to control the whole universe. You guys are extraordinary. There could be some significance to the peacock totem animal, even peacock feathers. All right. There is a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you, collective, that deserves to be honored. Will you honor you? What will you, collective? Right. Some of my A1s know about that rhetorical question. What will you? Really talking about what will you tolerate? What will you do? What will you become? What will you say? What will you think? Right. And all with the highest, greatest good and, highest vibrational intentions in mind. Okay. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. They do call God love. All right. So make sense of that as you must. But really, this is talking about light aspect of divinity, the highest, holiest white light, really. And, you are not only loved and supported, but you are surrounded by it. Okay. So fear not. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. You are here to be free. You've got to forgive, okay? Forgive yourself, forgive others, to free yourself. Not because anyone outside of you is necessarily worthy of your forgiveness, but you are worthy to give yourselves freedom in the matter by forgiving self as well as others, okay? Change is upon you when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, maybe even including the universe. You come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. This is giving Dark Night of the Soul energy. For those that resonate with it, please check out Christina Lopes, last name spelling Lopes, here on YouTube. I don't know her personally. So, just saying, there's no benefit other than me sending you there to receive some of the help that I know I received from at least the year 2020 on. Okay. And she's got a whole host of free library content there, on a whole myriad of, subjects, and very well cataloged channel as well. So I don't really see you having any issue trying to streamline what you're there to learn. But you should learn, okay? If not from her, just in general, just learn, you guys. You're being called to. You're also being called to this outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. Be open to receive. You are worthy to receive. This is just coming in divine right, rule, and order. Are you ready? What will you? And you better trust, babe. That's what you will, right? Trust. Okay. The card says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. All right. If you can't be, vulnerable with divine forces, why would you be vulnerable with anyone or anything else? Right. Makes sense. If you can't be vulnerable with yourselves about your own thoughts, desires, emotions, why would you be sharing of yourselves with anyone else, whether it's simply and solely time and or body, right? You need to figure this out for you now, okay? So that you can build a life where you're not physically alone, right? But hear me out. At the same time, you're not feeling alone either. All right? Sacrifice, sometimes surrender is painful. God, as it were, source, universe, however you subscribe here, higher power, cutting away all that needs to go, illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. And so you're being called to really kind of get in that, if this were the religious sect, we'd be talking about bride of Christ energy, right? Readying yourselves, sanctifying yourselves, okay, to become, and or remain holy. Really, same deal with honoring that divinity within and upon. Can't get around it, interestingly enough, even in the religious community. Go figure, okay? But this divine flow exists, and because it exists, all right, it exists for you. Call it in, act like you know, believe, receive, act like you are capable of receiving, so that you actually are capable of receiving. Because I do see growth in your finances as well as your emotional satiety on the other side of this work. Yeah, feeling the warmth and sparkles of the journey. Life is good. All right, with the World card and the Sun card coming out simultaneously, this is giving cycle closed and on with the new abundant life, right? You're standing at the edge of this. What will you? Will you make the sacrifice, collective? I know what I'm doing. So the bell has rung, you guys. Thank you for those that were patiently waiting for the free tarot reading. Please and thank you. Familiarize yourself with that description box and the live stream rules. Okay, you should be subscribed and or subscribing right now to this channel. You should have hit the like and or be hitting the like right now on this video, and you should place your question into the box in all caps. Okay, and check the description box. All right, for that last part. That's the best way I can say it. Okay. Okay, now let me see here. Let me see here. Okay, let me see. I'm going to tell you about things need to change. Everything else from this couch being poisoned alone. Nothing's going to work like this. So Luke, you know, you can draw upon even aspects of future self, right? And have a chat, have an interview, if you will. It's like, okay, so this is what's needed, right? What's the next steps? If I were somebody that believed wholeheartedly that there was nothing stopping me, what would be my next steps in order to come up and out of this current situation? And you'd have to believe you're capable. Okay, if you need some assistance, of course ask for help, right? But I'm getting that you should just really be resolved in what you're okay with doing, and doing that in spite of anyone else's opinions, because quite frankly, oftentimes when we look too harshly or too long outside of ourselves, you kind of get into some precarious situations that maybe you would have not otherwise, had you have again had that confidence in your own abilities and the abilities of the divinity backing you, right? So stay built up in that faith. Okay, faith can be a leaky substance, so you got to really, you know, day and night just say your affirmations, put your prayers and petitions out there. But once you put you know, your faith filled prayer, if you will, out there, please know that it's already been heard before you can ask. So you shouldn't be, you know, like begging over and over again divine forces, even because they heard you the first time. And so you would just, if anything, just thank them anytime you wanted to say, yeah, but how about now? Is that money going to come in now? You know, thank you that the money's coming in. You know, just speak it, think it, talk like it, and eventually you're going to be walking like that out of anyone's orbit that doesn't mean you well, inclusive you know, of the food change. And I get that personally, because I gotta watch what I say on here, but food does not always be fooding, just saying. Okay, they just you know, labels don't mean much anymore, just saying, right? It's like how they talk about marriage certificates. It's just a piece of paper, right? It's like you know, some of those marketing tactics, even referable to ingredients listings, are just really mind-blowing. I'll just say it that way. And I'll get off of it because I don't want to. Okay, let's see here, Cassandra. Okay, better claim it. You are financially stable, right? Hold on. All right, so not gonna lie to you, Cassandra, the first card came out was a no card, right? But hear me out. The message stands, okay? And it was that of the devil card. And I'm like, the fuck, right? Because, and it came out with a whole chunk. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this again. And I get the justice card, right? But it also came out simultaneously with the Knight of Pentacles. So we're going to talk. Bottom of the deck is Archangel Michael's sword, sword of clarity and truth from the tarot. And I'm being guided to this Page of Wands, which speaks of good news. Okay. So this is giving a situation where it's like, you know what, maybe there's some changes here. There's some aspect of justice here, but it's still giving mid energy. And you're wondering, is this where the book stops here? No, it's not. It's just part of the story. Maybe you're there to learn some aspects of a different type of business. Maybe you're there to know and see someone else that maybe you wouldn't otherwise have met. Stranger things have happened, but what I don't want to see is you continuing to make the decision to be in this kind of energy. Once you realize you're in this energy, you got to make the decision to do something else. Ring a bell, clap your hands, jump up and down, run around, giggle, make yourself dance, okay? Because other things, other band-aids, um, they're not going to do it like they used to anyways. It's going to lead to more anxiety. So now that we know, okay. Let me just see 1 second here. See, this job offer, okay, seems to be profitable, but it does not seem to be the end goal. Okay. I do see you walking away from something here, and you on the other side coming out Queen of Wands. All right. Enthusiastic, fun, independent. All right, confident. Ooh, maybe some of that message today resonated, it seems. Okay. Not that I'm tooting my own horn. I'm just kind of like high key grateful that you could get something out of it, if that makes sense. But anyhow, long story short, it's giving a yes, you know, on the other side of some time, some balance. And it could be because of divine timing, not necessarily anything that you're doing, if that makes sense, right? It's like, you know, you put a call out, hey, SOS, can't take this ish anymore. I want out, right? Divine's like, all right, we're gonna get an out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that like the end all, like you don't get pulled out of that miry clay right into the palace all shiny new with wait staff waiting for you, like as you walk in the front door and when you didn't even realize you had a house, let alone a mansion or a castle, right? It's there's steps to it. So that's why we always talk about it is what you make of it, but also enjoy the journey, right? Don't overlook the gifts in the experience. Yeah, you're going to get communication about other offers, and you're going to be able to balance out whatever emotionality is being brought up right now. But please don't rock with worries. Be stubborn about not rocking with worries. Because if you are stubborn about not rocking with worries, Cassandra, the call, the communication or communications are going to come in faster for you. Okay. It's a test. It's giving, this is a test. This is only a test, right? All right, that's what I have for you, babe. Love and light. Okay, I'm glad it makes perfect sense and resonates. Queen Libra, love and light, babe. Check the description box for the official live stream rules. You got to scroll down, okay? Because the way that you got your question there, and I'm not picking on you, but the way you got your question there, it's giving. I'm not following the live stream rules, so since I see that, I have to guide you towards them, if that makes sense. Okay, you guys, thank you for checking out that description box anyhow, because your girl has a lot that she intends to share with her collective. All right. And in a fun way, it's not even all business in there. I'm so serious. Okay. You guys check out the links and join the group over on Facebook as well. Please and thank you. All right. So eat me. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Yes, eat me, but do not let that mental space deter you from getting to that yes in like fullness and fruition. The reason why I say that is because I'm looking at the Four of Swords. Okay, I'm looking at the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there could be some significance to 777 you may be seeing. All right, I'm also looking at the Knight of Wands, and bottom of the deck currently is the Ten of Wands, right? So it is what you believe it is the best way I can guide you on that one, because it's given a 50 50 50 50 50 like either way. So it is what you deem it to be, if that makes sense. Now, let me ask a different way. Eat me, just to be clear. Should you? Should you make them? Right. So I'm getting you should, okay? Specifically with, again, the Seven of Wands coming back out with a very collaborative pentacle-based Three of Pentacles, okay? And really, this Lover's card talking about the communication. I'm also looking at the Strength now. It's been exposed with the Magician. It's literally what I said. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Because, yep, that's exactly what I said. That's what I said. Exactly. It's what you make of it, right? You gotta not let that mental space or that ego trip you up, because otherwise it's a yes. Are you considering if you are worthy for people to pay you for time and materials, right? Get to that root. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can believe people will want to pay me for something beyond the materials. Why not? It's your time. Your eat me. Get with the program, buddy, right? You're you. Of course, people would want to buy that. Something you made, something you put your essence into, perhaps, right? Of course it's valuable. You're valuable. Makes sense? Remember? Okay. All right. Love and light, eat me. Oh, that'd be great, eat me. Yes. Love and light, Queen Libra. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. If you have not found the description box, it's below every video on this channel, babe. So the free readings are for the yes no tarot, and so you'd have to put your question in all caps, all right, which it's stated in the description box. I'm not exactly sure how else to help you with that, but hopefully you can get to them. You got to scroll, you got to click on the little highlighted word more or the three dots, and it'll open up. You scroll down, okay? Look for the asterisks that say live stream rules, okay? All right, you guys. Okay. Thank you, Queen. All right, let me see here. Okay. Ooh. How am I gonna pick the deck? Hold on. Scared of Trevor. Hold on. I'll just pick the deck up. God, it's like I can't even speak. What the hell? The emotion. All right, hold on. Whoo! Somebody walk away from somebody or something? Were y'all supposed to have each other's cup, and now it's just anxiety at nighttime? Well, y'all supposed to be together, huh? When you supposed to have an apology, huh? Whoo-wee. All right, here's the sitch. If you want Trevor, right, to come back with head pulled all the way outside of ours kind of thing, all right, where the nice, pretty, ginormous cup o' love can kind of have room made for it, okay? And you too have learned your lessons from whatever and what all ever tried to ill this connection, okay? On the other side of you reflecting and this person reflecting, okay? On the other side of you not chasing this person to be like, hey, can you speak to me now? How about now? What are your thoughts kind of thing? On the other side of you not spying on social media repeatedly, perhaps, okay? Then you're making way, okay, by pouring into yourself for Trevor to come and treasure you, basically. All right, is what I can see. I see you guys are supposed to be together, right? But I do see discord there. However, makes sense because high key, the divine will use our pentacles, all right? and aspects of love to get our attention to learn lessons. Otherwise we might not pay attention, might not care enough, right? It's not really affecting you, if it's not something that you really crave perhaps, right? It's like, how would you necessarily even have it on your radar to learn the lesson? Okay, so there is something that you are to be, yeah, I cut right back to her, that you are to be learning, taking notes about from past cycles between you and Trevor here with that Queen of Swords coming out. Do not chase. If you were the one that walked away, so be it. If they walked away from you, so be it. Do not chase, especially if you want an actual foundation to build off with this person. Okay, this is what I have for you, Queen Libra. Yeah, do not chase after this person. You are Empress energy. Why would you chase? You attract. You know what I'm saying? Divine feminine. Makes sense? Queen Libra. All right. All right. So that's a yes, babe. Long story short. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the tribe, babe. Much love and light. All right, you guys. I thought that was a beautiful message. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Trust your intuition no matter what. Okay? Utilize that strength because you got it. You will get through this. Watch that anger. Okay? Watch the way that you are mindful of yourselves as well. Some of you are so quick to be mindful of children, other people, places, and things. And then when it comes to you, you can be, if you check, finding that you're quite neglectful towards self. It's like, when was the last time you cared to dream? Or when was the last time you cared to, it's like we're so quick to be like, my such and such is aching. My back needs cracked, blah, blah, blah. When's the last time you did that for you, though, then? When's the last time, instead of going out with the girls, you saved up some money to actually get a massage for your health and wellness? Makes sense? You gotta really shift your mindset into, hey, what does the new earth version of me actually execute, think like, talk like, dress like, engage in, right? And again, we're talking about integrating major change. Some of you, you're integrating dietary changes, even, right? High key mindset changes, as you should, right? So, go with the flow, be grace filled towards yourselves at this time, because divine's not looking to come down on you, cracking a whip for any reason. Yeah, I need one too, girl. But you know what I'm saying? I do me though, because I'll crack it out. I did not in moon cycles past, and now that's why I got so much to crack out. But I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. And you guys, you really have to be mindful of the body. You're integrating a lot right now. Many of you have been receiving DNA and light code upgrades. All right, Archangel Metatron is never really far, okay, from our midst, if I do say so myself. And that really talks about, cellular changes. I mean, you are coded with the universe inside of you. And as you awaken to that, right, codes heighten, energies shift, conscious awareness rises, right? AKA new earth energy. Hello, hey, hi, you made it, right? Keep going though. Don't give up and be nice to yourselves, all right? It's really what I got for today, you guys. Um, I really appreciate you guys for coming on. I want to make sure. Wait, hold on one second. Let me see. Um, I want to make sure that I didn't miss over anybody, but I think we're good now. All right, you guys, I'm going to send you on your way. Health, prosperity, and abundance, all right, are your portion. They are not outside of the realm of possibilities for you. So please start claiming them as if they are, okay? As if they are right now, so that tomorrow, at the latest, perhaps, you're going to enjoy all that you came here to enjoy. Don't forget that part, you guys, right? You are here to be and enjoy just being in what all the ways that can mean. All right. So take some time to enjoy yourselves in it all as well, is something that's coming through the channeling. All right. Be mindful of yourselves. The divine is mindful of you. Okay. That means you're no small potatoes. All right. And that means you too should check in and love on you as well. Could you imagine if the divinity that backed you was always simply and solely your support system and you were never inside of it? That would be probably toxic. Yeah, don't be that one. You know what I'm saying? All right. I love you guys. I believe in you. You better believe in you too. And I look forward to the next live stream. Thank you for helping getting the watch hours up. You guys have been amazing. We're well underway, almost there. And I'm so ever grateful to you guys, because that's going to make it a lot more easier for me to come on and continue with the free tarot. All right. I love you guys. Be sure to love you too. All right. Doesn't really work so well if that's not the case. Okay. So for some, it might be try again, but for no one here, okay, it should be you can't. Just saying. Especially when we're talking about loving you. You're amazing. I have the best collective hands down. Nobody's telling me any different. All right. Much love and light, you guys.